Oh no, our Disney World trip, it's ruined.
We asked you at home to ruin our Disney World trip.
How dare you?
But now we're gonna show you how we're gonna fix it.
Wish us luck. Listen, I don't care who you are, but sometimes when you're on vacation in Disney World, things happen. Disaster can strike and there is nothing you can do about it. So we reached out to our amazing Instagram followers and readers from AllEars.net and asked, what are your biggest Disney World disasters? And we filled our entire day with them. Because the AllEars team is the best at what we do, we're going to subject ourselves to these disasters so you know how to navigate or avoid them altogether. Our first Disney World disaster is actually submitted by our Instagram follower, Strumba. Strumba says, sleeping in and missing rope drop. Why is it a mistake for someone to sleep in? First off, sleeping in isn't a mistake. Disney World can be super tough on your body, so make sure you're listening to your body, and if your body says, hi, nice to meet you. If your body says you need to sleep in, listen to it. Sleep in. Do it to it. It's totally understandable. But many people can consider this a disaster because of rope drop. And when I say rope drop, it just means a park opening. Back in the day, cast members used to hold a big long rope, and whenever it was time for the park to open, cast members would literally drop the rope and your day would begin. Now, rope drop is extremely important to optimize your Disney day, specifically because lines, is it open? Yeah, this is what, okay, we'll get into why we're doing this first thing in the morning, especially when we've slept in. It's 10:30 right now, so we kind of slept in. But this is, we want to do this?
Sure, why not?
Why, we've done a while since we've done this.
Right here.
Some of the high demand attractions can have a significantly less wait time in the morning. And I mean like really low, like sometimes potentially walk on for, especially when some of these attractions are 80 to 90 to 100 minutes in the middle of the day. So rope dropping your favorite attraction is super important so that way you don't miss your must-do attractions. And Fry Bucket and I are kind of on the same wavelength that your rope drop time doesn't just mean your first attraction of the day. Sometimes it can last up to 2 hours depending on park capacity, what's going on that day, weather, you never know what happens. So keep hitting those lower wait times first thing in the morning until you see things definitely skyrocket, typically around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Now the big thing, how can you avoid sleeping in? If you're staying at a Disney World resort, you can always get a resort wake-up call. Those are always incredibly helpful, and they're always right on time. I've never had it not be on time before. Have you? Have you ever done a resort wake-up call?
Yeah. They're super fun, and you can pick the character. Mostly it's Mickey Mouse or Goofy or Minnie, and it's super fun if you got kiddos. It's a great way to wake them up and get them ready for their day.
I need a villain resort wake-up call. That's the only thing that I need. It's like Ursula, like. But because I am a local, and I don't typically stay at the resorts, and if you're a local, I always set 2 alarms, and they're always 5 to 10 minutes apart. That's my hack for not sleeping in and missing rope drop.
Now, if you plan to sleep in, or even if you accidentally sleep in, don't worry about it. You're still gonna have a great day at whatever park you choose to do so. You're in Disney World, you're gonna have fun. But if you do end up sleeping in, hopefully you'll have some extra energy to help you get throughout your day, maybe grab a coffee when you first get there. But the first 2 hours of the day are not the only important hours of a Disney park day. Also, the last 2 hours before park close is another time where you can get a bunch of popular rides for lower weights. And if you want to see, we did a whole video on this comparing the first 2 hours of the day versus the last 2 hours of the day. And we actually completed the same amount of rides. So if you want to go see that comparison, go check it out. It's already up on the channel right now. And because we both slept in today and we didn't get to the park until about 10:15 or 10:30, we are putting this experiment to the test. We are going to start stacking Genie Plus Lightning Lanes for later, which is a strategy. If you kind of want to have a leisurely morning and then hit up all your rides later in the day, that is a strategy that you can use. We're going to save our big hitters for later in the night, later in the day. We're just going to take it leisurely. We're going to start off our day with a show, which I think is wonderful.
Because live entertainment is important.
Yes, it is. And I love Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. Now, would I recommend this be your rope drop attraction? Not necessarily, but that's
We're
okay.
not here at rope drop.
We missed it. It's over. So, disaster.
Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor is about a 15-minute show where the monsters are trying to get your laughs for energy. Laughs is what's powering Monstropolis, and they need our laughs in order to power their monstrous city. But they have found a way to let us into their world as opposed to them sneaking into our bedrooms and making us giggle at night. What's really great is that there's an element of improv, that the monsters are live in a way. So they can actually talk to you, and they shout out people throughout the entire show. And at the beginning, while you're waiting in line, they actually do need our jokes. So there's a way you can text in a joke, and I think I'm going to do that.
I also really badly want you to be that guy.
That guy? Oh, okay. I don't know.
You're going to sit on the edge.
Okay.
And we're gonna cross our fingers.
I've never been that guy.
Quincy has.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. I'm going to submit a joke. Tell me what you think of this joke.
Okay.
Who serves food at the Death Star restaurant?
Oh. Who?
Darth Vader.
Oh. But
You have to tell family-friendly jokes here, or they won't choose them.
That's true.
From Orlando. He says, who serves food at the Death Star? You say who? A Darth Vader.
I love Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor.
Me too.
I didn't get chosen as that guy, but my joke was chosen, which was very cool. It's very interactive. It gets a lot of hate for some reason, probably because why does it get a lot of hate?
I don't know. I just think people think it's a show indoors and they skip it. But I don't think you should skip it. I think it's underrated.
I also would say it's underrated. I used to not be a big fan of it, but the more that I see it, the more I really appreciate it. And that AC is always great, especially in the summer. So live entertainment is important. AC is important. All right, our next disaster comes from our Instagram as well, Kevin898. Our vacation was ruined because we all wanted to do different things and didn't plan accordingly, so we fought the whole time. It felt like no matter what, one person wasn't happy. Rough. I get it. There is a lot to see and do when you're at Magic Kingdom, and it can be very overwhelming trying to cater to everyone's thoughts and needs and requests. But we actually do this quite a bit. Granted, we do come here by ourselves to film videos, but we do a lot of perfect day videos. We just did a group genie video where that's what we do. We cater to different people's requests. We're here from park open to park close, and we definitely try and prioritize what everybody wants to do. For example, in the perfect day videos, one of us wants to see rides, one of us loves to eat, and one of us wants to just enjoy the vibes. It's a lot.
So the way that we usually go about it and the way that we recommend it to you is ahead of time figure out what each person's must-dos are for your park day and kind of narrow it down to your ultimate top must-dos. See if some of them are the same, see if some of them are different. You can also even split up your party and get to the park at different times. Maybe half of your group wants to rope drop and the other half doesn't, and that's totally fine. You can meet up later. Have a designated time, maybe a meal break, to meet up at a certain location and then regroup and go from there. It's totally fine to not be with your party the entire day. You know, sometimes families, you're at Disney for a long period of time in the heat, and sometimes you get angry with each other, and that's okay. Do what you want to do. It's your vacation. You paid to be here, so make sure that you're having a good time.
Our biggest recommendation to not fight with your family and cause that huge disaster is really to do your research, talk ahead of time, and prioritize. Let people know your needs before you show up to Disney World, or your wants before you show up to Disney World. That way, whoever you're traveling with is like, well, I know this person wants to eat 3 meals a day and actually sit down and do it, as opposed to where I want to just grab something to go. So let's compromise, you know what I mean? So talk beforehand. That way you can optimize everything that you need to do within a full group. All right, well, we decided that, because we both have different needs, we're going to split up just for a moment.
Just for a little bit.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to go get a little snack and maybe watch a parade.
Okay, I'm going to go shopping because this is the first year I've always worked here. That was the first year I've ever been an annual pass holder. And I think I deserve a MagicBand Plus.
You do.
Or something like that.
You do.
So I'm going to go shopping.
Go get one.
I don't know what I'm going to get, but I'm excited.
Okay.
All right, we're splitting up.
Okay.
We're optimizing.
Yes, bye.
I think splitting up is vital to the day. Obviously, make sure, you know, kids aren't running around, parental guidance, all that jazz. But I really think it helps people clear their minds, get to do things that they want to do. And there's always a little bit of independence that comes with that. I know that when I was a kid, my family would split up. It would just be me and like one of my parental figures. And that felt like a fun treat because like we were getting bonding time, but two, it felt like we were getting to do something that nobody else was doing.
All right, I think I want to go get something, a little sweet treat, which I am conveniently right next to Storybook Treats here in Fantasyland, which is where you can get some of your fun soft serve flavors, some ice cream sundaes, that sort of thing. So I think we're gonna go check it out, and then we might go see a show.
Now, this is the first year I've ever been an annual pass holder, which is very exciting for me. But right now, I keep using my phone. I keep using my phone to tap into the parks. I have my annual pass in my wallet app on my iPhone, and you can do it that way, which is totally fine. You can also upload it to your Apple Watch as well, and have your Apple Watch act as a Magic Band. But I think there's something very cool about having a Magic Band. It's Disneyfied, and yeah, why not? Now you can basically buy Magic Band Pluses or Magic Bands anywhere. I happen to be by Big Top Souvenirs, so I'm gonna see what is in store here. Now in Big Top Circus, that's where you're gonna find some slushies, some treats, and your generic Disney World merch. You know, Mickey Minnie ears, some pins, some hats, some plushes. And I was just looking at their Magic Band Plus selection here, if you will. And it's a little limited. You know, there's some fun Star Wars ones. There's Coco, Lion King. And then there's some generic ones, you know, that way you can, you know, tie it to whatever outfits you're hoping for, you know, pink, etc.
All right, I got my snack from Storybook Treats. This is huge. I got the new Aurora Cone, which is Dole Whip Strawberry, blue, which apparently is a flavor now, just blue, with crispy white chocolate pearls. And so it's melting really fast. I'm gonna eat it. Now, if you've watched any of our videos, you know that I like my sweets, so I personally can't go wrong with any kind of soft serve. It's dripping. I will say, I need napkins. Hold on. Okay, I've got napkins. Strawberry's very good. I will say the blue flavor tastes a lot like the mint that was in the 50th anniversary sundae over at Aloha Isle. But I like it. I think it's good. Different flavor. It is huge. And will melt as soon as you receive it. But I'm happy with what I got. We're gonna let the firework dust pass by before we head over to the hub grass to deal with our next disaster.
Fortunately, Big Top Circus, for my very first Magic Band Plus, I'm not gonna purchase anything unless, you know, I'm crazy about it. So I am gonna take some time to find a Magic Band Plus. We'll probably find the Magic Band Plus over at the Emporium.
Now, our next Disney World disaster that we are going to fix for you is when you have waited to find the perfect spot to watch maybe the parade or the fireworks, but now you've wasted so much time just sitting and waiting and finding that perfect spot. So that's a disaster because you're wasting time at Disney World. Time is valuable, time is money, but I'll show you how to fix it. Unlike previous years, the 3 o'clock parade happens twice now, at noon and at 3, which means you have 2 times to watch it. Now, many times people will wait seated on the curb for over an hour to find the perfect spot to watch the Festival of Fantasy parade. But there are many great viewing locations, and oftentimes you can just walk up and see it from anywhere. Main Street in front of the castle is, of course, a perfect spot to watch the parade. It makes it more magical, but I will tell you that the parade starts in Frontierland, so you could watch it all the way from Frontierland to Liberty Square to the hub around the castle and even down Main Street. There are so many spots to watch it, and now there's 2 different times to watch it as well. So you've got plenty of chances there. And like we always say, when it comes to anything in Disney World, listen to the cast members, especially when it comes to shows and parades and fireworks. They are going to tell you where to stand for safety reasons, and efficiency and just tell you how to get where you need to go. So just listen to them. They will have ropes up for all of these shows and parades and fireworks because there are designated lightning lane spots. You can get a lightning lane for the parade, which will give you prime viewing in front of the castle. So obviously, if you don't have a lightning lane, you cannot sit there. They also have handicap spots. So just listen to the cast members because there will be some areas that are roped off, which might not make sense to you, but it is for safety. Now, a pro tip, if you're trying to get everything done in Magic Kingdom and still want to see the parade, but don't want to waste too much time sitting there watching a parade, watch it in Frontierland because as soon as that parade goes by you, you can keep going, hitting up more rides. So if you want to quickly see the parade and then hop onto your next thing, watch it in Frontierland. I promise that's ultimately the best place to watch it. But of course, it's magical to watch it in front of the castle or on Main Street. Just know that Flynn Rider is on the left side. That's important to me. So just, if that's important to you, he's on the left side. Similarly, for the Happily Ever After nighttime fireworks show, people will seek out their spots hours in advance, which sounds crazy. I understand if it's your first time watching it and you want a really good spot, but I will tell you, you don't have to wait hours to just sit in a spot for the fireworks. Recently, when Happily Ever After returned after the 50th anniversary Enchantment fireworks show, they brought Happily Ever After back and added projections all along Main Street USA. So now you don't need to necessarily stand right in front of the castle to watch the show. You can be on the end of Main Street and still see a beautiful, wonderful show. And on that same note, I have spent many nights behind the castle in Fantasyland watching Happily Ever After from that angle as well. So if you don't necessarily care about the projections and just want to see the fireworks themselves, that's another great spot to watch it. Not many people are back there. Or again, if you're all about the rides, ride the rides during the fireworks as the wait times will be very, very short. I will say my favorite spot to watch Happily Ever After is in front of the castle. I will never recommend to you to sit in a spot on the ground for an hour. I don't think it's worth it. It is a wonderful, amazing show. I love that show. It's my favorite. But I don't want you to waste your time sitting on the ground for an hour when you could be doing other things in Magic Kingdom. So don't worry about the spot. It's a wonderful show from wherever you see it. If you care about the projections, try to get close to the castle. But anywhere you watch it, it's going to be a great show. On the note of the Festival of Fantasy Parade, it starts at noon. But it starts at noon in Frontierland. So it might take up to 20 minutes for it to get to the castle in the hub area. So you don't even necessarily need to be in front of the castle right at noon. You could get here at 12:15 and possibly still catch the whole entire parade. But today I'm going to show you one of those prime viewing spots for the parade, and we're going to head to Frontierland to show you as soon as it steps off, you can keep riding rides.
All right, because we couldn't find the right Magic Band at Big Top Souvenirs, we are here at the Emporium. The Emporium is Magic Kingdom's, I would say, merchandise mega store. It's like the Target at Magic Kingdom. This is going to have your most Disney-centric merchandise. Big Top Circus is a little bit of an eclectic version of that, but it's really scaled down. This has everything. This is going to have a home section, a celebration section where they're celebrating the 100th anniversary, fashion section, seasonal, toys and plushes, all the above. But we're here for some Magic Bands. I love it. Let's see what happens. If I can get a Magic Band Plus that's really going to speak to me because it's my first one, I want it to be good. There's some Star Wars down there. You got the Millennium Falcon. That's cool. Jasmine. Jack and Sally. Oh, there's one that says Dad. That's cute. But a dad can't be my whole personality. It's just, I love my daughter, but I've got so much to share with the world. Maybe I'm just being picky, but I still haven't found anything that's like saying, Sage, this is the Magic Band for you. I saw a Fantasmic one the other day. I think that might be it. Or we'll go for like an Ultimate Star Wars one. I don't love the cartoony Star Wars ones. I want something that's like a little more in-world and authentic. Or the Fantasmic one. All right, it's okay. I'm not gonna purchase one today. That's all right. This one actually came from a lot of our readers on AllEars.net getting stuck on Tom Sawyer Island during a torrential downpour. So Tom Sawyer Island is literally just that. It is an island that is based on the adventures of Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn. And on the island are little tidbits of the classic story, like caves, a fort, a lot of tributes to Aunt Polly and Tom Sawyer's girlfriend Becky. Wow, I didn't think I knew that much about Tom Sawyer, but here we are. But what's interesting about it is the only way to get to Tom Sawyer Island is by taking this log raft. And the island does have different hours than park opening. It actually opens at 11 o'clock and closes at dusk whenever the sun is going down. First things first, let's just talk about rain in Disney World in general, especially in the summer months. Now, Florida weather can be unpredictable, but especially in the summer, you can almost guarantee an afternoon shower around anywhere between 2 and 6 o'clock. And everyone handles rain differently in Disney World. People just don't like rain, I get it, but that doesn't mean you have to be afraid of it. Now, when it rains in Disney World, there's a couple things you can do. You can leave, go to your resort, maybe take some time to take a break, which is always recommended. I'll always recommend taking some sort of break in Disney World. But hear me out, because so many people are leaving because they don't want to be in the rain, or maybe they're going to eat lunch and get out of the rain. This might be the time to brave the weather a little bit and ride some of your must-do attractions. I know Emma and I fully stand behind this comment. If it's raining and you've got the means to do it, try riding some of those attractions to optimize your entire day. That way, when the rain stops and everybody comes out of the restaurants and comes back from their resorts, you've done what you needed to do, what you wanted to do. So torrential downpours can definitely be a disaster during your Disney World vacation. Now, the submission was torrential downpour while on Tom Sawyer Island. If it is a torrential downpour, and especially if there is lightning, they really can't run the raft boats because it's on the water, and electricity plus water is a big no-no. They do their best to evacuate the island as quickly as possible, but sometimes it gets so bad that they're just unable to run the boats, and so you kind of have to hunker down on Tom Sawyer Island. Now, that's only happened to me once, but I was stuck on the island for a good hour. A big thing to know that if you're on Tom Sawyer Island and they go into a 101, which means lightning in the area, they do shut down half of the island. The bridge that takes you to the fort, all of that will be not accessible if there is lightning in the area, which means you only have access to half the island, and now you're waiting around. So that can certainly be a disaster for sure. Now, how I've avoided that disaster is by hitting Tom Sawyer Island early on in the day. You can't visit Tom Sawyer Island late at night because it will probably be closed because it closes at dusk, but it does open today at 11, so I wanted to hit it right away so I didn't miss it, in case you're like me and Tom Sawyer Island is your thing, because I mean, that is zen, baby. I also love Tom Sawyer Island because it's quiet. You get a chance to get away from the crowds, and it can be cool in some of those caves. You just don't typically visit this.
See, and now it is 12:17. The parade is just now making it to the castle, so I'm about to hit up some more rides, some more attractions, while people who are sitting in front of the castle on Main Street haven't even seen the parade yet. So if you're trying to maximize your time in Magic Kingdom, watch the parade in Frontierland.
And if you need to escape the rain, just kidding. One of the coolest things about Tom Sawyer Island are the caves. They're my favorite thing about Tom Sawyer Island, just because it's creepy and it's kind of fun, and you're like, oh no. So, I'm telling you what, the ultimate game of hide and seek in these caves. I mean, this is just creepy, man. And it's, you guys can't, I don't know if you can tell, but like the entire room is completely sideways. Oh, this is like out of a horror movie. No way. Nope. And then at the end of this tunnel, this is where no one ever sees Sage again. You guys are just mean.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this. Do you like these?
You know, on the occasion, maybe.
No.
But I don't think I've eaten one in years.
Yesterday, Emma had one too, and she was like, "This is amazing." I was like, no." Another way you guys submitted for us to ruin our vacations: a turkey leg. So we're here at the Liberty Square Market to get, well, a turkey leg. This is extremely controversial. Some people love it, some people hate it. I just walked by 3 people that was like, a turkey leg, yes, that's gonna fix me right up. And I'm like, who are you people?
This is actually so good.
Really, we'll review it for you. I just think there's so much more, there's so many more better options, more intriguing options, more like, I don't know, Magic Kingdom exclusive options. You don't have to do it. You really don't. So we're gonna get a turkey leg, and I guess this one's unavoidable.
Yeah.
All right.
Can't fix it.
Can't fix it. I just don't understand why it has to be so big. It's like I'm a barbarian.
It's really not that bad. One, because I like turkey. Reminds me of Thanksgiving. But it's not the most ideal theme park snack.
No.
It's huge. We would need 5 people to eat the whole thing.
Yep.
It's very salty, very hot, and it's heavy to carry around.
Yeah, I mean, my hand, it was hot when they put it in my hand. I just think there are so many other great things you can get here. One, get something that's going to cool your body down. Right before this, I got a frozen Coke. That was great. If you love turkey legs, good for you. It's not going to ruin your entire vacation. But know that if you don't want a big leg of meat, you don't have to get it. You can get something else that's better for you, better for everybody. Now we have to finish this because we bought it.
Yeah, we have to eat it.
So far, I think we've done a pretty okay job at figuring out how to avoid these disasters. Some of them were unavoidable, like eating a turkey leg. Once you purchase the turkey leg, you gotta eat it. So, how are you feeling?
Full.
Oh, yes, we did. In the means of not wasting food, we ate the whole turkey leg, and what a decision that was. Now, this disaster is insanely important to us just because of how often we record in the parks and how often we take pictures and for social media, all that kind of stuff. And Fry, she's the master at this. Go ahead, Fry.
Okay, let me show you. Now, even though we do a lot on our phones that you probably won't do when you're on vacation, of course, you'll probably be taking pictures of your food too, because who doesn't? But even in general, Disney uses a lot of your phone now with Genie Plus and looking up wait times and attractions and all of that. But a key to not ruining your Disney vacation is having portable chargers with you, or getting what Disney calls a fuel rod. Fuel Rod is a company that does portable chargers. They have them here in Disney World and Universal. You buy a one-time fee for $30 for a fuel rod, and there are swapping stations all throughout both Disney and Universal. I personally have one of these, Quincy does, Emma does. They are very good to use. I will say the battery doesn't always last a long time, but you can swap them out whenever you need to. So we're gonna show you how to do it right now. I will say that when you first buy a fuel rod, it does come in a little container with an iPhone charger and an Android charger, and it has all of the little cords that you need to come with it. It's not just the fuel rod, so you'll have the cords with you, but when you swap them out, you just get the new fuel rod. So I think it's great. I bring mine every single time I'm in a Disney park or Universal.
And I'm sure a lot of you, especially people who don't love to be on their phones, are like, I just won't use my phone that day. Well, a lot of what Disney is doing now is all in your My Disney Experience app. We're talking about dining reservations. We're talking about Genie Plus, Lightning Lane, how to skip the lines. We're talking about mobile ordering. We're talking about all the photos that you're taking throughout your day. And checking the times. Everything is so based on your phone that it is really easy to use up that battery that you need, in case you need to call an Uber later on, So definitely be prepared, bring some external batteries, and if that's not an option, then grab a fuel rod from multiple locations.
Also, if you don't know where a fuel rod station is and you want to find the one closest to where you are in the park, they do have them on the map in the My Disney Experience app. You can go to the little magnifying icon and type in fuel rods, and it will show you every single station in whatever park you're in, so that's super helpful as well.
And you can actually see how difficult it is to not use a phone. And one of our videos that Breedlove does where he doesn't use a phone all day at Disney World, so check out that video. Here's another disaster that you're throwing our way that we often do a lot on our worst day evers, on our worst day ever videos. And the disaster that apparently has ruined your vacation, that's now apparently going to ruin ours, is waiting in a high demand attraction in the middle of the day. So that's why we're here. Circle, 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 circle. Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, when you're rope dropping attractions, you obviously want to choose the one that you definitely want to do. Pirates of the Caribbean, that's a big one. That's the one that everybody wants to do, right?
Mm-hmm. Very classic Disney attraction. A lot of times when we are rope dropping in Magic Kingdom, we do start in Adventureland area. A lot of the times I rope drop Pirates because, like this, in the middle of the day, it's going to be an hour-long wait. When if you rope drop, or if you wait until the end of the night, like the last 2 hours of the day, it might be a walk-on, it might be 5-10 minutes.
The reason we come to Adventureland at the beginning of the day is because Fantasyland and Tomorrowland, they're already going to be bombarded with guests because of early entry, which gives resort guests access to the park 30 minutes before anybody else. So that's why we come to Adventureland first. And typically, a high demand ride like, Pirates of the Caribbean, Big Thunder Mountain, things that are in this general area, they're probably going to be a walk-on. And right now, it is 1 o'clock, 12:58, 1 o'clock, and it is a 60-minute wait. I love Pirates of the Caribbean, but I would not wait 60 minutes for Pirates of the Caribbean because you can ride it any other time.
So what should we be doing in the middle of the day instead? I highly, highly recommend doing anything that's indoors in the afternoon, especially right now. It is the summer, it is so hot. Maybe take a break, go sit down for lunch, just get out of the sun, do a lot of the indoor attractions, do a show, do something with a short wait. Earlier Dumbo was only 5 minutes. So just keep track of the app and see what's happening with the wait times. I promise, don't wait in an hour-long line, especially outside. Luckily, Pirates is not in the sun.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're waiting outside for 60 minutes, that is not fun.
Pirates of the Caribbean is a slow-moving dark ride that puts you right in the middle of a battle between the soldiers and pirates. They're ransacking the town because yo-ho, yo-ho, a pirate's life for us.
Arrgh.
And because this is currently unavoidable, we're gonna go ride this. Let's go. 60 minutes. 60 minutes. 60 minutes for pirates. 60 minutes for pirates. 60 minutes for pirates. Okay, now was it really, it was exactly like, it's around 50 minutes. It wasn't a full 60, it's 50 minutes. So, worth it, yes or no? Fry Bucket, the woman of many words and lots of faces. I can't preface this enough. I love Pirates of the Caribbean, we love Pirates of the Caribbean. Just, there are definitely times to ride this attraction. In the middle of the day is not it. I am grateful that we chose to not do something worse, like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train that is currently at a 90-minute right now.
This next disaster on our list is not a joking one, it is serious. So when we mean ruin your vacation, you can unfortunately still get injured in Disney World. It still happens. A lot of the times, mostly it's not staying hydrated enough in Florida heat. So this one is very, very important. We will not be showcasing this one, but we're going to talk about it still. Again, unfortunately, Disney World is still a real place. You still can get injured. Disney tries their best to avoid that at all costs, but they do have a first aid and baby care center in each park. The one in Magic Kingdom is right next to Crystal Palace, close to Main Street. If you are minorly injured, you can come over here. Of course, if it's major injury, please alert a cast member as soon as possible. Call 911. They will handle the situation at large. But if you just need a little something like maybe some Tylenol, maybe some Advil, some kind of pain reliever, or lotion, sunscreen, that kind of stuff, they will have stuff for you at first aid. It is free. They're just going to give you probably one dosage of it, but Quincy all the time stops by first aid because of her ailments, so they do have stuff for you. I've even taken Tylenol before in a park because I got an allergic reaction once in Hollywood Studios, so I had to come get some medicine. So Disney is here to help you and try to make light of an unfortunate situation.
A big thing we definitely want to emphasize is we don't want anyone to visit the first aid center because the number one injury that we see is heat stroke. It happens every day. We see it, our reporter friends see it. We see at least one person faint or have heat stroke and have get taken away on the stretcher. At least I confirmed this with Breedlove like 2 days ago. At least every day.
We saw one already while we were eating our turkey leg. Drink your water.
Yeah, so we have our water bottles at each quick service location. They do have free cups of water. Some have the small cups of water, some have the large cups of water. Casey's Corner has the large cups of water right now, which is super helpful. So please hydrate, find ways to cool down the body. See those shows during the summer. I know it's a time suck and you might only want to do rides, but I promise you the AC will do wonders for your body and the arguments with your family, all the above. So do your best to not visit the first aid center if you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we did our best to handle every disaster you threw at us.
Yep, I think we did pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, we still had to do some of them, but some we avoided. But now you know what to avoid when you're planning your next Disney trip. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe.
Now go watch me get trapped here in Magic Kingdom for 14 hours.
What?
Yeah.
Who did that?
You.
Dang it.